So Patricia, you live in a real iconic spot. What do you enjoy the most about living here?
Well, I love it's just this. It's a beautiful apartment. It was Adam Gimbel's apartment.
Oh wow, Adam Gimbel.
Adam Gimbel, he owned Saks in New York, and he decided that Saks needed a branch. This is in 1926, and so he thought the branch should be in Palm Beach. And so downstairs he built this building, and where Ralph Lauren is was Saks then. And he had this apartment built for himself.
Right here on Worth Avenue.
Yeah, right above his store. And he did it beautifully.
Well, this is a stunning apartment, studio apartment.
Yeah.
You're really lucky to live here. Do you feel lucky to live here?
Pardon?
Do you feel lucky to live
very,
here with
very.
incredible views of the avenue?
Yeah. On my porch, which I love, you can see there are a lot of tourists, just people, visitors.
So you like to watch it, but you don't like to be in the crowd once you go out there?
I don't walk on the avenue, but I love to see other people walking from my porch.
It's a good street view.
It is. And it's especially nice at night.
Yes.
It's really nice and cool. And at Christmas time, I look right out on the Christmas tree.
You have a perfect view.
A perfect view.
Perfect compass view of the whole strip.
Oh, I have, and I look right out on Chanel, and it's just very, very wonderful.
What do you think about all the shopping that goes on Worth Avenue?
The shopping?
Yes, the incredible, beautiful, glamorous shopping that goes on Worth Avenue.
For a while, I would see a lot of people going in the stores, but not many shopping bags coming out. Meaning, not many purchases, it seemed. But now I'm seeing more shopping bags walking on.
When you say now, how long?
I mean in this last season.
In this last season, you've seen a lot of shopping.
More purchases, I think.
Oh wow. From which store? Which store do you think they're all headed to?
Oh, well, they're all of them, I guess. I don't know. I don't know which ones.
Patricia, I'm sitting here surrounded by your incredibly beautiful art pieces. Where did you go to school to become an artist?
Well, actually, I am more or less I was self-taught. It came with me to the planet.
Oh, wow.
The art. And when I was 11 years old, I loved roses. And there was a flower shop near where we lived. And sometimes I would look in the window, and sometimes she would let me come in and see the roses. So when I was 11 years old, my grandmother sent my mother one of the tacky old Christmas cards.
So you were 11 when you started painting?
Mm-hmm. And I'd never thought about painting. I'd never seen paintings. I'd never been to a museum. But I loved roses. And so my grandmother sent my mother one of the tacky cards saying, "Happy birthday, daughter," and had a rose on the front. And I remember that whole week when I came in from school, I'd look at that rose. And finally I thought, I wonder, I think I could make a picture of that. So I rode my bicycle to the dime store and bought a set of paints, beginner. And sure enough, I got home, sure enough, I did paint it. And then, sure enough, one of my mother's friends bought it for $35. So I sold my first picture when I was 11.
For $35?
$35. Well, that's big for a little girl.
For an 11-year-old, of course. And back then,
in El Paso, Texas.
Wow. Have you ever painted a piece for any particular man?
As a message from me, no.
No.
Well, actually, I have my late husband. When I lived in Texas, he was related to Sam Houston.
Oh, wow.
And growing up, his mother had a picture of Sam Houston in his bedroom. And my husband would say, why don't you paint us that picture of Sam Houston? That's it I always had in my room. So in my 20s, I did a picture of Sam Houston. And a dealer sold it to John Connolly, the Secretary of the Treasury, who was with Kennedy when he was shot. And Connolly was also shot. And then later on, John Connolly took bankruptcy. And a man called me from Dallas, a banker, and he had bought the Sam Houston at John Connolly's bankruptcy sale. And it had an interesting history. But that was the only picture I ever did as a request from a man.
Did he know you painted it for him?
Oh, yeah. No, he didn't. He didn't. Oh, he did. The first one he did. But now I've done another one in the New York, in the studio.
What inspires you when you paint?
I don't know. I have hundreds. I have ideas that just, so many. In fact, it is a hindrance, sort of, because when I get half through a picture, in my mind, I already see how the picture is going to be, but then there's a lot of drudgery to get it finished to go there. And new things are just flying by that want to be painted, and I have trouble finishing pictures.
And then you go back to it.
Yeah. Now,
which art piece are you the most proud of?
That's interesting. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the one in the dining room, the Double Jeopardy, maybe.
Okay, that's a beautiful one.
And then I have a piece in the Smithsonian Institution, but it's a little box, a beautiful small thing, in a glass case now.
So some of your artwork is in the National Academy of Design and the Smithsonian. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I'm happy, I'm proud of that. And when I lived in Texas, my work was ridiculed. And I was just absolutely, first of all, they were jealous. They couldn't understand why my work was getting the shows in New York.
I could tell them why. I see it in front of myself. I could tell them why.
But they couldn't understand why I was the one getting the New York shows when their work was so much better than mine. And so when I showed them how much better mine was, that was fun. I liked it.
That's incredible, Patricia.
Yeah. I'm the only painter. Robert Rauschenberg died, and so that left me the only National Academy member in Florida.
Well, thank you so much, Patricia, for opening up your home to us.
I thank you so much for being my guest.
And showing us your beautiful art pieces, telling us about how you moved to Palm Beach. We really appreciate it.